Alrighty, knuckleheads. Grumpy Grandpa here. My better half, Debbie, is here. Mm-hmm. We're also known as Two Old People on a Couch. Go over and check out that channel over there. If I had a graphics, I'd throw it up there, but I don't.
Yeah, I know.
But first off, before we start on our serious conversation, which this channel is all about, is I first want to talk about Two Old People on a Couch. Now, the other day was T-shirt Tuesday on Friday.
Yes.
And I watched it again, and I noticed, because we put on T-shirts, and then we took off T-shirts,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you did this arm crossover thing, and you went, whoo, and you took it right off.
Yeah.
And it was very professional.
Yeah, I'm a professional.
Did you do anything before we met that I might not have known
No.
of? Did you have a career field?
No.
Or
absolutely
have
not.
a lot of experience in taking off your shirts quickly?
No.
All right, well, that's it.
Okay.
Let's get on to the subject today,
Okay.
which is going to be, I would roll out a graphics, but that's ridiculous because we're going to say it to the people,
yes,
okay?
we are.
Is censorship, the big C word, censorship, and also what else?
That's basically it.
Yeah, and it's going to be also how the media works, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start out here on the YouTubes.
Yes.
We're going to talk a while.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to stay away from the keywords, right?
Okay. Sounds
and
good.
then,
well, you already said one.
I know, but I think I'm not
Yeah.
monetized yet. That's
No.
another keyword.
That
I'm not monetized yet, and I'm small.
Yes.
So they don't really. They
Care.
think as long as I'm only got 2 people watching me, I'm not affecting the masses.
Yeah.
And therefore, I'm not really hurting their agenda.
So, can I talk about something?
Please do.
Okay.
That's what.
So
that's why.
On yesterday, on Friday, on T-shirt Tuesday on Friday.
Yes.
We did a little bit of a test.
Yes.
And we kept everything safe, and we did everything right, and we stayed away from all the touchy subjects. And for the first time last week, we got monetized on that video. So
for a while, we've had other ones monetized.
Yes, but Mondays wasn't, and Wednesdays wasn't.
Yeah, so 2 of our videos made nothing.
On Friday, we made sure that we stayed away from any subject that was not upholding what they wanted us to talk about.
It affects what we say. So we are censored.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is telling us what we can't say.
Yes.
So, of course, we got the rumbles now.
Yes,
so
we do have the rumbles.
We are going to jump over there later, but we're going to, you can go over there. It's going to be a lot of the same things, but we'll use the words. Here we just got to say crazy thing. Mm-hmm. But to get the point across here, we're being censored. You know, we have rights. We have the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. Now they're, getting around it by saying, well, YouTube's its own entity.
Well, yeah, and they're getting around it by saying that, like, when you say your opinion, you're putting out false information, but you're not. You're giving your opinion on things.
We always say that.
Yes,
this is my opinion
and stuff.
And my opinion, I can't say it here.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So the other thing is, okay, so a year ago, 14 months ago, 16 months ago, right? You were being censored for saying where a certain thing came from.
Yeah.
Right? And now they're debating on whether or not it came from there.
Yeah.
So that's one example of...
the people's opinions were censored.
Right.
Come to find out, there's no proof.
It might be true.
There's more proof leaning that...
It might be true.
That might be true.
Yeah.
So, and then we're saying to people like, they're like, oh, you're just crazy. You're just trying to, you just like a certain president that we can't mention. We like him. That's why you.
But it's not that.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's that we like America, right? We appreciate our freedoms.
Oh boy, now you just got us censored.
Why?
Because you said you like America.
Oh, I forgot.
But
okay.
That's how ridiculous it's becoming.
Yes,
go ahead.
That is how ridiculous it's becoming.
The American flag is now becoming
a racial symbol.
Offensive.
Offensive. So, but like, it's not even that I like a certain person or I don't like a certain other person, right?
Yeah.
It's not even about that. It's about what they stand for.
Yeah.
And I stand for us keeping our freedoms.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of freedoms this last year.
Listen, whenever, you hear all these other V's.
Yes.
That, I don't know, that affect us.
Yeah. Should I get
physically.
my alphabet out so we can just hang
we need our signs up again like we did in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But the V's that were rolling out over in a certain country, right? So whenever this new one came out,
yes,
I was like, they've had them people masked over there all the time, right?
Uh-huh.
There's another key word. They've had them masked. They've so I was like, okay, whatever. They worry about it over there. But in America, we don't worry about it. And nothing's ever happened to us by not worrying about it. So I'm not worried about this one, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm laying in bed, right? And we listen to our channels and stuff. And then you hear, well, it originated in a certain city, right? And I'm like, okay, well,
but there's also
they
a
like
thing
to
there.
Control their people over there, so whatever, it's gonna happen again. And they're just like the bird, flu, so on. It's the same thing. So I'm like, but then you're laying in bed, and then you hear, well, there's also a lab over there that just so happened was
doing the same
dabbling with this thing, and you're like, well, if it is real. It came from there, it was like common, it's like, that's where your first, bing,
and it's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed or anything. I'm just saying, I'm like, well, if it is true, then it probably came out of there because it leaked out.
But that's not what we're talking about today.
We're just saying common.
About the...
Censorship.
Yes.
You see how we're trying to talk about it, but we can't talk about it. And it's our opinion.
Yes, it is our opinion.
So whenever you have a group of people that say, well, that's crazy, you're nuts, grumpy grandpa. Okay, that's fine, And there's a lot of that going on. Yes. And that's fine. There's a lot of people that disagree with me. And they're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then that. So it's just censorship going on. And what I'd like to try to elaborate and try to tell people, I was in the news business, right?
Yes.
I've worked local news. I've worked lots of national news. I know what's going on out there, right? This is just not still my opinion, I guess, okay?
Yes.
This is my opinion. Okay, I've worked for local, people where people are just barely making minimum wage, right?
Yes.
Barely.
Yeah.
And they are good,
Yeah.
They got everything it takes. They got the looks. They got the, they can put together a good story.
Yeah.
But boy, these people are good, So they're making minimum wage, right? And I'm like, these people that work national are making up to like $20 million a year, right? $20 million a year just to sit there and read the teleprompter. It's basically, once you become anchor, you can maybe have a little bit of influence, but you're reading that teleprompter. And you're getting paid for just...
staying with what's
how
on the
you
telephone.
Can sell it,
yes.
right? How you can sell the teleprompter.
Yes.
Well, these people that are making minimum wage can sell that teleprompter just as good. So why all of a sudden from minimum wage is it a drastic drop to 20 million whenever I could take that local affiliate, good person, good looking, right? And just swap them. Yeah. And nobody would skip a beat. The local place would have one, and the other people would have it. So let's say instead of minimum wage, you paid them $100,000.
Yes.
A year. They might be, a little bit better than a lot of. There's how many stations are across the country? Yeah. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good people in the lower markets that are just clawing to get up. But why do they get paid $20 million? They get paid $20 million to keep online. Like, we want you to sell this, right? And then, so they do, like, they pay them that much, so they say exactly what they want. And boy, and if you don't say what we say or start to question it, you're not getting $20 million anymore. And the news is not on ratings. It used to be back in the day, boy, everybody was just ratings. We have to have ratings. Your local TV is, don't alienate half of our audience,
Yeah.
Just tell the news.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when we sit here on the couch, a lot of what we say is our opinion.
Yeah.
And we don't hide that we lean a certain way at all. Yeah. But it's our opinion, right? And it's our right to say what's on our mind.
What's on our mind.
Right?
Yep.
But when you are a reporter, the best reporters out there, you would not know which way they lean.
Right.
Because they would just give you the
facts.
The facts.
These people hate it. These people love it.
And let you make your own decision.
Right.
That is what a reporter does. And that is not what reporters do today.
It's not been that way for many years. Now, have we known that it hasn't been that way for many years?
Not at first.
Not at first. But now
it was settled, but now
it is so obvious. If you watch the news and you totally agree with their opinion, you're still going to like them. But honestly, it's totally leaning this way, right?
Yeah.
And I like it because they're leaning my way, right?
Yeah.
But it's not about ratings anymore. Ratings across. Now, there's more news companies out there with cable and everything like that. But ratings don't matter anymore. See, the people up here that own the stations, right?
Yes.
They own the station. They benefit more from them getting their viewpoint. But what is it called whenever politicians, they have their policies?
Yes, I was going to say agenda.
Agendas?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I didn't know if that was like a keyword.
I pulled it by it.
Okay.
They have their agendas and their policies.
And their talking points.
So these people up here benefit way more by paying these people big bucks to stay on track and sell their agenda.
Yes.
Right? They don't care. Now, the ratings are tanking, but it doesn't matter
because they're staying on point.
And they're keeping a lot of the people on track with their policies.
Yes.
Now, if it was all about ratings, boy, I'm telling you what, it would change. They would say, look, you can't...
You lost half of our audience.
Yeah, so don't do that. We are here as a news-based organization.
Yes.
We want to keep everybody's trust, and we don't want to alienate. Like in the back in the day, you had Johnny Carson. He even came out and said it. I try not to dabble too much in politics. I try to be funny on this side and that side. It's part of my monologue, but I don't just pick on, whoever's president at the time or whatever. I'm going to pick on them and so on. And I'm trying not to, because he didn't want to alienate half of his audience. And nowadays, boy, and it wasn't too political. There was a little bit of politics, but most of it was funny stuff, right? And you had funny people on and everything. You did funny skits. Now it's nothing. It's just politics. It's like the whole opener is just agenda based, and
they're not even entertainers anymore. Like Johnny Carson entertained us, right? With the Late Show. Got you away from reality and just let you laugh and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's just blah, 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 blah,
in your
blah.
face.
Yes.
Obvious. You're an idiot if you don't believe this kind of stuff and everything. Or like, that guy's an idiot, It's like, well, I like that guy, so now you got me pissed off,
Yeah.
So it's not entertainment anymore. It's agenda, policy driven, and they pay those money. Even if they're not funny. Yeah. And even if they're from another country, Americans don't even have a chance. I mean, they get people from South Africa. They got people from England. They got people from all over the country. Can't some Americans be good enough to be on our own late night shows? Do we have to go overseas to get people and pay them tons of money to say exactly, boy, once you're in that high spot and you're making $20 million a year, you're like, well, boy, what do you want me to tell you, man? You want it to be politics?
I'll tell you politics.
I'll tell you politics. I'm not going to lose my job. Even if I suck, I'm just going to say what you say and I get $20 million a year. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we do not make $20 million a year. We don't make, well, this channel, I don't make anything.
Yeah.
So they can't control us, right? And it's scary to them. And as long as we're small, again, you know, they don't, but they still don't like us little guys talking up because they can't control us. They don't pay us. They can't control us. What they can do, kick us to the curb. And that's what's not fair, people. Now, again, we tell you which way we lean. This show is not about leaning any way. It's just telling you how the system works.
Yes.
And trust me, go out there. There's people working local affiliates that are incredibly good. Incredibly good. And I'll give you another example. I worked at a small station here in town. I mean small. And to save money, you know, we had a lot of, what are the people that go to college and to get interns. We had interns, right? And these interns were,
good thing I'm here.
Yeah. The interns are good, right? And boy, I'd have an intern and I'd be like, boy, you know, they're making my life a little easier. They're learning quick and everything. They're good. And then the first job they get is at our station because they were good, right? But they're getting paid little, right? And so you're like, boy, you know, then they jump up to a bigger market, right? And they get paid a little bit, not much more, but a little bit more. They're working their way up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, boy, that kid was so good and picked it up so fast. We're never going to be able to replace that little guy. I mean, you know, he was really good, right? Yeah. And then we should have paid him a little bit more, you know, to keep him around. Next thing you know, another intern comes out, and he's better than the guy that just moved up the chain, right? And I'm like, holy crap! What was I worrying about? This kid picked up everything 10 times faster. It's amazing how good. You know, the younger you are, you pick up things quicker and everything. But they should. I'm telling you, there's people working little tiny TV stations out there that are doing stuff that the national people aren't doing. You know, they got their own tricks and their own cheaper way of doing it and everything. They're better than the national people. It's just, it's what I'm trying to say is nobody should go from making, you know, $50,000, $100,000
to millions
to 20 million unless that 20 million is there to keep you in line
on
and
target.
Because it's that $20 million isn't for ratings. It's not. That you're not getting it because you're so much better than everybody else, because you're not better than anybody else. $20 million is to keep you in line nowadays because ratings are out the door. Everybody's tanking. Yeah. And ratings aren't important. No. Go ahead, research it. Look at the ratings in all your NBA, your NFL, your Major League Baseball, awards, Emmy awards and all that. Everything is tanking, people. This is not about ratings. It's about agendas. Okay. All right. What else? We're going to continue.
Over on the Rumbles.
So we can talk a little bit freelier. More freelier?
Yes, more freelier.
All right.
Okay, so it's Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show on the Rumbles. Is there still two of you over there?
On Rumble. I know I call it the Rumbles and the YouTubes, but it's Rumble. It's just Grumpy Grandpa. There might be two. I don't know. Rumble is new, and it made me, sign up. And then I added a channel. What's your channel? And I added my channel. Somehow my user is like maybe a channel, and then there's another one. The other one has American flag on it. Imagine that. Boy.
Imagine that.
Whew, American flag. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's got an American flag banner on it, and it has more videos.
That's the right
or
word.
more subscribers too.
Yes.
I'm up to like 7. It's a big hit.
It's a big hit over on the Rumble.
So I know I don't want
Rumble.
Don't feel too obligated.
Yeah, don't feel obligated.
The Rumbles is just so we can have fun sitting on the couch,
saying our opinion,
and just being able to talk again, freely and tell our opinions.
Yes.
Now we throw some facts in there.
Yeah.
Some. We throw facts,
and we try not to go down the rabbit hole too far.
Not too
we
far.
try.
No.
Yeah, I try.
Listen, a lot of the things we both say are our opinions that have become
facts,
and some have been a little bit rabbit holey.
Yeah,
but they're not rabbit holes anymore.
No, no,
they're full blown.
What happened?
Above ground, out of the rabbit hole now. They actually happened, and it was just from our observations. And we're saying, you're like, Debbie's like, well, you loan out 1.5, you print $1.5 trillion, you're going to have inflation.
Yeah.
Guess what?
It's here.
Things are expensive out there, people.
It
and that's fact.
That is fact.
Inflation has gone up. Look it up. It's fact. But okay.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
And like I say at the end of all my, it's been a while since I've done one. But, okay. Like I say at the end of all my shows, please be kind and rewind for the next person to watch this show.
All right.